What is going on, guys? TKD 1, 2, 3. We're going to talk about another artist here this week. Again, we have a double album week review. You know what I'm saying? We do it sometimes. You know, I don't think this will be uploaded on Sunday. I think I might say this till Monday upload. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever I do. But beside the point, we are talking about a little artist here that I recently, and as of recently, I uploaded, I believe, on Friday, the vlog to her concert. We are talking about none other than SZA, my girl, the love of my life. Control was the best album of all time, but you know, I went to her concert this week. I mean, last week it was great. It was absolutely so good, right? And so in preparation for that concert, I kind of wanted to explore some of her backlog, some of her back, you know, EPs and mixtapes and everything, and you know, just like different stuff that I didn't hit on in terms of her, because I only, you know, really got attached to her and really, you know, started listening to her more on a more regular basis on Control and not so much in the past. So today we're going to be reviewing her first ever, you know, public EP and her first, you know, really true kind of project, and that is See.SZA.Run EP. Now this one, you know, to be expected, like every other EP in the world, it is definitely on the shorter end of things. It's 7 tracks long and about 24 minutes long. Not the biggest project in the world, you know what I'm saying, but it definitely is, you know, fills that nice role. I'm saying, you know, what is wrong with having a small EP? Small EPs are good, everything's fine, and music size don't matter. And on this one, it is just her. Yeah, so there are just no EPs here. It's just SZA, you know, as of course, you know, I would assume that, you know what I'm saying, but overall it's just her. And going into this, you know, probably the most intriguing thing I wanted to know about, you know, this whole EP was kind of where she came from, right? Like I wanted to know what she was talking about, her, you know, different things that she spoke about in music, her different attitudes and everything. I just wanted to kind of get a sense of that going into her being as, you know, a first-time artist in a way, like a first-time project artist. You're making the first project. I want to see kind of how, you know, maybe I can get some sort of like roadmap to how she progressed overall in her career, and definitely do like a nice comparison between Control, you know, her, and then also with this project, her as well. And honestly, I will say that, like, you know, this project seems very much in like a dream state. You know what I'm saying? You listen to all these tracks, they sound very chill, they sound very calm. It's a very nice, you know, euphoric type of sound to it in a way, and it's a little bit very much reminiscent of Jhené Aiko with some projects back in the day, where, you know, she had Say Loud and stuff like that, where it's very much of a nice dreamy type of sound to it, and that stays pretty consistent throughout this whole entire EP and everything. But you know, in comparison to Control, because this is a very different review here, because I can't really review this you know, based off like from this project being a new thing, because it's not, it's years old, right? So kind of wanted to maybe try out this little format here where I'm taking a look at an artist when, you know, she or he is first starting out to versus now, right? And the comparison that I like to give, you know, in terms of, you know, her now with Control and this past EP is kind of that, you know, this is her in a way dreaming, right? I feel like this is her, you know, being in her emotions, being in her struggles, being in her pain, being in her happiness at times, but overall being in that emotional state. And it feels like a dream state, because it's something that, you know, you're not that familiar with, something that you very much, you know, are just kind of discovering these issues, discovering all these feelings and everything as a human being, and portraying it in music. I feel like that's definitely what the overall kind of, I guess, objective for this EP is, right? As opposed to Control, I feel like Control is definitely that wisdom that you take from learning what was learned in the EP. That makes sense? So I feel like in terms of SZA now, if you look at Control, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely much a commentary on, you know, what you learned from your pain and how to go about it, right? In terms of how you go about it in life, how you go about it personally, how you go about it with your decisions and choices that you make moving forward and everything. And I feel that definitely does show a level of maturity. And overall, you know, you definitely really do see the growth of this artist, you know, in terms of, you know, just this EP, just See.SZA.Run. When you know, look at the terms of how this was and then versus Control, you definitely do see a growth and development in her. So definitely do appreciate that. And overall, you know, just speaking in terms of the quality of this EP, I feel like I would have loved it, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't know Control, right? That's the whole thing, right? So with this one, it definitely does sound and definitely does feel inspired by Jhené Aiko, that very soft tone, like I said before, and everything. And it definitely does feel like that. But when you go to Control and you have the levels to Control, man, and just how interesting the instrumental sound and how cool the flows are and the topics and everything and the overall perspectives and the flipped perspectives that are very unique, like with the track The Weeknd, where she's talking about, you know, a whole ordeal where you know, you have a man cheating on someone, but she is the one that the guy's using to cheat on. Does that make sense? Like, it's just a turn perspective that you have with the Control in a lot of ways, and you know, you have the lessons from Control, and then here, you know, it's just not as intriguing, not as interesting as Control, obviously, and that's to be expected, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my like kind of, you know, overall kind of thesis there is like, yeah, like this EP, if I heard it back when it first came out, if I heard this EP years ago when, you know, I was, you know, first hearing about SZA but never really gave her a chance and everything, and if I heard this, I feel like I would have definitely liked it, I would definitely enjoyed it. You know, there is a level of, you know, all the tracks kind of sound a little bit similar, you know, there is that, but you know, overall, I feel like I would have definitely just at least enjoyed this EP if it came out, you know, today. But you know, with this EP, this EP being considered good, it would have to remove Control from the equation, because Control is immaculate. It's so, like, in my eyes, it is definitely in the runner-up, if not might actually take R&B album of the year for me, because I adore it. I still love it to this day. It's been months, okay? But you know, overall, I definitely did like this EP. I felt like it was definitely a nice kind of different mood, obviously. Like, it was also like a different experience as well for me, just because, you know, it's very rare that I go back and listen to like a back catalog of someone's artist, unless someone tells me to, right? Unless someone's like, hey, like, this is very, very cool, all the good stuff, whatever. But it's very rare for me to kind of go backwards on an artist and go through the backlog. I would rather, you know, just wait till an artist comes out with a new project, a new album, a new EP, and go from there, right? But you know, I just tried it this week, and it was definitely cool. It was definitely cool, definitely nice. Who knows, I might do it again here and there. Maybe I won't, maybe I won't, I don't know, who knows. But definitely did enjoy See.SZA.Run. And on that note, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. Appreciate me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.